nightmares in my head. I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. Anxiety filling up every space, no privacy. And silently, it could build and build until you finally see, whoa, it's taking over, damn, no closure, moving closer. No exposure, I just wanna be a loner. Some can't stay sober, looking over all their shoulders, like moving boulders just to get out of the home. It sucks, I've had enough, I don't wanna feel the stuck under the rug, all my problems that I shove.
Welcome back to Crypts, Graves, and EVP. Welcome, loyal viewers. And for the newbies, I want to explain exactly what this site is. There's a term called clairvoyance. I am not a clairvoyant. I'm not a psychic. But there is a term that I had just recently found out. It's called clairaudience. That has to do with the ears. I have the ability to hear the dead, to hear spirits. It's a fact, it's reality, no doubt about it, no getting around it. This is as real as it will ever get. The problem about this site is that, I would say 90% can't hear it. What I do is I'm a musician, by the way, and I take my equipment and I'm able to go real deep in there and pull that audio out, so as you can hear it. But it's there. And some say they still can't hear it. Then they take their both hearing aids off and they go off to bed. If you do this site, it is a site for critical listening, believe it or not. It's not like some of the sites to be spooky and scary. It is creepy because you are hearing people who are no longer alive. It's not fancy editing. It's not my voice. You can determine whether it's a female voice or it's a male voice. I usually put it up in pink, or I put it up in red if it's a male, and pink if it's a girl or female. Okay? So it is as real as it gets, and I hope you will join me in our trips around the graveyard. By the way, we do not do negative things such as seances and stuff like that. If you want to do that, you can. We don't. We are critical listeners. We go deep, and I will say as best as I can what I believe is being said. What we don't do is we don't try to conjure up. We don't try to antagonize the spirit. If they wish to speak, they can. We don't do seances. We don't do Ouija boards, if you will. If you want to, you can, but we don't. This is not so much a spooky site as a real site to hear real spirits. You can count on it. I promise. It's real. What we're trying to do is get to 1,000 subscribers so we can do live shows for you and stuff like that. If we ask for a tip, it's only because we wish to put gas in the car and to do the general maintenance things that we have to do for this site. If you notice there's no commercials, there's your reason why. I do appreciate you, especially the loyalists. Always good to see you all back here again. And it's a little tiny community being built. I do the shows with my bride as we go through this world together on this earth. And remember, while you're here on this earth, physically, be you. We try our best not to step on anybody's graves. People say you shouldn't talk to the dead. Therefore, you can, the little girl that's praying over here who just lost her dad, she's 11 years old, and her mother's got to tell you, stop it. You can't speak to the dead. You're not allowed. You see, so to say that is wrong. You can speak to the dead. You can speak to your loved ones. We are not trying to do any occult conjuring up. We don't do that here. It's just a nice walk through a graveyard. See, I am hearing a spirit right now. I have that ability. And it's not a tumor. I just heard a knock, in fact. So we're going to go further into this and a little deeper. I just wanted to explain the site a little bit so people can get it. And do remember, sometimes you'll say, well, I know that's my father's grave. My father would never have said such a thing in a trillion years. He wouldn't have said it. That's correct. It's because it was the tombstone way down there, about half a mile back, or 3 cities away. It's a spirit. We don't always know the name of the spirit that we're talking to unless they say their name and the tombstone is right there. Then you can rest assured it's that exact person. But we go around and anybody can talk. And if this grave says something that's not quite right, guess what? It might not even be that person. Okay? But it would be a spirit that is in the general vicinity of the grave. So glad you could join us. Stay with us because we are going to the top. Leave your name. Leave your name. Leave your name. Leave your name. All right, you're talking? Oh. Leave your name on here. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Likely risk of severe weather, wind, tornadoes, hail possible. But wind and hail are the greatest threat. Stay aware. So we're gonna have to make sure we, in 1 hour, we.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Weather from the crypt.
Hour we.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Weather from the crypt.
1 hour we.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Weather from the crypt.
In 1 hour we.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Weather from the crypt. Okay, to be moseying along down here. And they say, hey, that guy's back. Along down here. And they say, hey, that guy's back. To be moseying along down here. And they say, hey, that guy's back here. And they say, hey, that guy's back. Moseying along down here. And they say, hey, that guy's back. Zoom out if you have control of this camera. Oh my God, it just zoomed out. Can you believe it? Okay. Oh, it zoomed in on my face now. This is amazing. By the way, I want to mention one little baby thing. This site is quadrillion real. No fake here. Not that kind of guy. Well, I can't hardly hear it because you got to wear headphones. If you're new, you have to wear headphones. If you don't wear headphones, if you don't shut your air conditioner, if you don't shut your fans, if you don't do it at night whereas the traffic is low, you probably won't hear nothing. If you're at Starbucks and you're listening with headphones, you're still not going to hear nothing. Oh, there's Kelly. That's Kelly's plot. I believe that plot. 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 I believe. It's your mommy. With respect, 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 respect. Leah. Okay, do we? Betty, are you there? Say hello. Let's do a session real quick. I've been hearing some noises. Is there a spirit here trying to make himself known? I'm hearing something here. Is it you knocking? Please speak loud. Any spirit may speak. If, by the way, you've been watching our site for a while and you want a question answered, post it below in the description and I will ask the spirit, provided it is right. Any spirit may speak. Did anybody here need the light? Did you see a light when you crossed over? I want you to know that we come in absolute peace. We respect the dead. Any spirit may speak. Does anybody here need the light? What's the name on your tombstone? Please say it loud. Did you see yourself being buried? Any spirit may speak. Did you see your own funeral? Are you able to visit loved ones? Can you speak to your loved ones? Do they hear you? What I'm saying is, are you able to manipulate the living? Like, to help them get money? Is it true that you knew the life that you were going to have before you came here? That it was predestined? Is that true? Pardon me, but it's very, very hot. It's 100 and something today, and I'm wiping my brow. Please again know that we are respectful people. Venka, can you hear us? Venka, can you hear us? Venka, can you hear us? I come in absolute peace. What happened here? Did somebody push that down? Was it a storm? Hurricane? What happened there? I notice you have a dollar sign on there. What does that dollar sign represent? Bucks? Any spirit may speak. I'm going to be quiet so that you can speak. Born 1900. Some people say you can't speak to the dead. You can't speak with a spirit. That means you cannot speak with God. Why? Because God is spirit, and one must worship him in spirit and in truth. So you have the right to speak to your family members. Okay? And for the newbies, why can I hear it? It says, okay, the new term is called clairaudience. That's with my ears. But I think that has to do, and I'm explaining, with the pineal gland. The pineal gland is like a pine cone, if you will. It's a small little tiny pine cone in the center of the brain, and scientists are not even sure what it actually does. But I find that a lot of psychics and people like that have a clean pineal gland, and they say, science says, the pineal gland can get clogged by way of chlorine, for example. It calcifies the pineal gland. Therefore, they have a harder time hearing spirits or having a connection with God, if you will. That's why some people become priests and other people become very, very, very religious. They can feel it better. The pine cone that's in the center of your head, called the pineal gland, what does it look like? It looks like on the top of the Pope's staff. If you look at it, it's a pine cone looking thing. Just explaining. Any spirit hear me now? Prove to the world. I have proven it to myself. You couldn't tell me that there wasn't spirits. In this video today, I'm going to put a greatest hits little segment, a 10-minute little segment of the greatest hits, ones that are so loud, if you can't hear those, again, take your hearing aid off and off to bed, because guess what? It's there. If you can't hear that, well, again, by the way, when you do listen to these spirits, you have to shut the air conditioner off. Yes, it's that subtle. It is that subtle. Shut the air conditioner off. Shut the fans off. Do it late at night, probably 12 midnight. Less traffic. Go in there, put the headphones on, and cup your ears, and then scrub the timeline. Okay? That's how it's done. Scrub that timeline back and forth. Okay? And have a musician friend of yours listen to it. A critical listener. Somebody who can really listen for different tones. It's not always the same. It's not like I'm talking. It's like that. It's like this. It goes up and down. But it's there. So let's try it some more. Any spirit who wishes to speak? What is your name? I heard something. Elizabeth. Can you still visit family members even though you died in 1953, Elizabeth? You were 72 years old. The person that's inside this tomb, do you remember being placed here? Do you remember it? Cora. A woodsman of the world. That means they help build Mississippi, where we're at right now. It's okay to opine in the texting area below. I don't bite. I'm very sweet. please do feel free to ask me to ask the spirit a certain specific question, perhaps. And if it's right, we'll go ahead and do it. Was anybody here murdered? 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 We come in respect and we come in peace. How old were you when you died? What did you die of? Toronto. Hear me, sir. Charlie, can you hear me, sir? Any spirit can speak. Please do so now. There's no fake here at this site. You'll take note that I am not using a spirit box, because that can be scammed. But mine, there's no being scammed. It's in real time, and I'm just bringing it out for you. I don't use spirit boxes. If you wish to buy a spirit box, if you want to try it yourself, the description below, they do have it. I do have it there for sale. Any spirit may speak, please do. Speak aloud. Say it proud. Okay, this is going to be a short and sweet one, so I can play you some of the louder ones so that you can basically hear it, This is a drummer. I'm a guitarist. Can you hear me? What type of drums did you use? Donnie. Are you happy in the afterlife? I'm hearing a voice. I'm listening. What do you want to tell the world? I can hear a voice. But see, the thing is, clairaudience. That's what I am. I have the ability to hear. But it's so low, I know something's being said. But it's so low, you know? You can barely hear it, right? So I have to bring it out so that we can hear. What happened here? Mr. Hawkins, was that violence? Was it the wind? Hurricane? I know it's old. What made that break and snap off? Was it vandalism? This is more real than the spirit boxes. Yes, it's more difficult to hear. Okay? Thank you so much for visiting me here at Crypts, Graves, and DVP. I do appreciate you. Hope to see you again at the next video. Tell a friend, would you?
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. Anxiety, filling up every space, no privacy. And silently, it could build and build until you finally see, whoa, it's taking over, damn no closure, moving closer. No exposure, I just wanna be a loner. Some can't stay sober, looking over all their shoulders, like moving boulders just to get out of the home. It sucks.